Welcome back, another episode. They pull a gun on us, they get noodles. Everything was going well for Rick and Michonne early on in Become. They scored a ton of ramen, got to go on a pleasure ride into Alexandria while canoodling every mile, and spent the night at the cottage from the guest book. When the couple pulled over to assist a guy named Red whose family was being attacked by walkers, their predicament only got worse. And even then, it was only momentarily. They shrugged, pivoted, and got a pledge that the helpless survivors would not bother future Good Samaritans when he tried to rob Richon in return for the favor. And no, Michonne's gift of ramen was not theirs to keep. Flashbacks to Jaddy's and Gabrielle's yearly get-togethers in the woods were strewn throughout the show. She was plagued by the things she had done and would do for the next 3 years. The people of Alexandria had been right to distrust her, she thought. "I should have trusted you more," Gabrielle shot back. "I was beginning to lose trust in you." Gabrielle inquired 2 years ago about the possibility of Jaddy's secret society lending support to a struggling Alexandria. She said, no dice, making yet another of her admittedly difficult, even cruel decisions. Gabrielle offered her the ring he had discovered before they left ways, having talked to Rick about the prospect of marrying him and Michonne. It seemed during their most recent gathering a year ago that Jaddy's faith had not been restored by the ring. Contrary to Gabrielle's expectations, she seemed prepared to shoot him when a walker drew near and apologized for leaving him into a loose end. But she was unable to. She was still Anne at her core. Jaddy's caught up with Rick and Michonne in the present and gave them a chilly reception, telling them that their deaths that day would protect Alexandria and pave the way for their children to live in a better world. Obviously, things didn't exactly work out that way. After Richon got away, there was a crazy vehicle pursuit, and in the end, Jaddy's employed Red and Co. to help trick her enemies into falling into a trap that was set up at a ranger station. Prior to exclaiming, "Karma." After Red's family was bitten, Rick and Michonne encountered Jaddy's and got into a confrontation. Concocting a scheme on the spot, Michonne declared that she had finally seen the light. Rick would return to the CRM, and she would return to Alexandria, instead of only thinking about themselves. Naturally, Michonne meant absolutely nothing by that. Jaddy's soon came to the realization that you had betrayed me twice before I had betrayed you. That plan is sound. The strangely silent walkers only made noise when they exposed themselves and bit Jaddy's in the neck at that moment. Deflated, she told Rick and Michonne that her Alexandria dossier was in her Cascadia room. Her one wish was to let them reconstruct the world and not come for the CRM. Sadly, Michonne was unable to fulfill that wish. Rick would return and retrieve Beale's echelon briefing, inform the city that the military is on the move, and together they would destroy the CRM. Jaddy's groaned, "I wish I'd died an artist. And I wish a story arc with a stronger throughline had been assigned to an actress with the charisma of Pollyanna McIntosh." Jaddy's gave Rick the ring Gabrielle had planned to use to tie the knot between him and Michonne before he shot Jaddy's in the skull. For more, subscribe.